Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my God, guys. So, I'm so happy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Gamecock. Hi, my savage. Hi, sweet potato. Hi, Maria Haskins. Long time. Hi, Bella Marie. Hi, Mod 148. Oh my God. So, Debbie and I talked about Mary Cosby and whether she had a cult or not. Okay. So, like I told you, a lot of stuff I couldn't discuss. Okay. But I was given permission to discuss certain things that wasn't in the docu series. And hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. So yes, so I was given permission to discuss some things that weren't in the docu series, and the fact that I held off, and there's more that when Debbie and I go live Saturday, we will be discussing as well. But we were looking at Rosie, who is Mary's mom, and her husband Mark. If you guys watched the docu series, you saw how he kept speaking for her and how she kept looking to him. Okay. Well, right after that filming, Rozzy was dumped in a nursing home. Okay. Hi, Roxanne. Good morning. Rozzy was the hi, Jeff. I don't see. Oh, there's Roxanne. That's Jeff. Rozzy was dumped in a nursing home. Okay. Which is where she died. But she was dumped in a nursing home. No one could find her. And people were searching for her, and then they found her. But get this, her husband, Mark, the husband, Mark, and I'm going to talk about his brother, Manny, as well. Mark went on the run after this documentary. Mark has warrants in Utah. They tracked him to um, to New York, but they haven't arrested him yet. The case has not been dropped. Mark Lawrence Casares has warrants for aggravated sexual abuse of a child. The warrant was put in out in 2023. They were trying to find him. After that documentary, he took off because they knew he knew they were looking for him. Okay. Now, I was told that when one of the young men they would go fishing and hunting with Mark, Mama would get upset and told him not all sinners are saved. Is Hypernero here? Is Happy here? Where is she? I don't see her. But anyway, yes, we do miss Habanero. She's doing great. But anyway, Mark is on the run. The case has not been dropped. And he and his brother, Manny, who is sitting in prison, yes, prison for guess what? Child sexual abuse. Mark's brother, Manny, is in jail for child sexual abuse. That's where he's sitting at. I want to get this right. Oh, I won't put myself at the bottom. There we go. His brother, Manny, they were both members of the church. He's in jail. And he was diddling his own daughter. She started being sexually abused at the age of 13 years old. uh well, his stepdaughter. He would force her to rub lotion on his genitals when she was 6 years old. Okay, they call it a propensity to commit sexual acts. His brother Manny is locked up as well for sexual abuse, and the way it was told to me was that they would go in and talk to mama. And they would, I guess like the Catholic Church, they would do confessionals. Mama didn't want those boys around Mark or Manny. She couldn't tell what they confessed to her or what they told her, but yes, Mark is a pedo who is Mary's stepfather, and his brother, who is right now still, so hi KK, who is right now serving time. Now, after that docu-series, Mark went on the run. Mark took all of Rosie's money and left. I also got the documents from where they settled the and I didn't send it to myself. So the document is with Callister, Nabri- what? Callister, Nabrika, and McCullen law firm. This was sent to me by somebody who's involved in the case. And this is a mediation for estate of Rosemary Cosby. Okay. Remember, I told you that she died without a will. Well, her best friend, which was the old lady that was in the show, Lois Johnston, Lois was supposed to be, and Lois owns that real estate company, not Mary Cosby. Mary was supposed to be setting all of this up for the will. Mama died unexpectedly at 65 years old, and they say of natural causes, which they did a second autopsy. Okay. So in this document, Robert gets 50%. And since Demetrius, who was an adopted son, died, and he was supposed to get 8.25%, Robert received that as well. So Robert got 58.25%. Pamela received 8.25. Deborah 8.25. Rosie 8.25. Ernest 8.25. Samuel 8.25. So I've been getting all of these documents and to show where everything stands, and the people that I am talking to, a couple of them, well, three of them were on the show. One wasn't on the show. I was asked to go look at Sherelle's live from a couple of years back with the ladies that were talking about what Robert Sr. was doing and how he was sexually harassing and manipulating these women. Now, I only spoke to two. I guess Sherelle had, and I do have some of those text messages as well that was sent to me on IG a few years back. So when Debbie said that whose house are they in because that house is empty, I said, oh, they just probably pushed the furniture out. Well, the truth is um they were in Mary's brother's house, who's still very close to Robert. Um, no one knows where he's at. They talk all the time, but he doesn't tell him where he's at. They were in Rosie's son's home, and they put that picture up there of Mama just to film with Up and Adam. But yes, that house was empty. No one was living there. Okay. Oh my God. Hi, Sweets and Beyond. I really like talking to her. We have so much in common. Yeah, I miss Habanero as well. How did who pass? Demetrius? Oh, you know what? That's a good question. I'll find out. I don't want to say, but I swore it was a car accident. But I'll find out to make sure. Yep, I sent her wishes for Christmas and New Year's, and she goes, thank you, my Heidi. I miss you. But she was spending time with her family. Um, so I will find out. Hold on. Hold on. I'll send a message right now and ask, how did he die? Okay, hold on a second. How did Demetrius die? Hold on. How how did Demetrius die? All right, I just sent the question. How did Demetrius die? So anyway, this is crazy. Mary Cosby tries to act like she's the pillar of society. And yes, her mother went off and started her own cult after the church did that split, and they themselves call it a cult. Okay, they called it a cult. We're saying a cult, but that's what it turned out to be. And I was also told to clarify, Mary was not groomed at all. Mary was never groomed. Mary honed in on Robert after Mama died. And Rozzy thought that the church should go to her. But Robert wasn't interested in Rozzy. Uh, Jeff, I kind of figured that when I saw Roxanne, but I was told that I needed to clarify some stuff just to make sure everything is clear. Mary was never ever groomed. Mary saw what she wanted, which was Robert, which was the money, and she started spending all that time there. And that's when Robert bought her that BMW for her birthday, and he gave her 100,000. She saw the money. Okay. Dana did not want a divorce. Dana and Mary were living a nice, comfortable life, but not the life that Mary wanted. So her stepdaddy, Mark, has warrants out for his arrest for child pedophilia. Pedophilia. The brother, Manny, is sitting in jail in prison right now for diddling his own stepdaughter since she was, well, sexual acts since she was the age of 6. Did we all watch his mannerisms? And Debbie and I both said we don't like him. It does seems a little bit like that, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I'm waiting for a response. Hi Coochie. I am waiting for a response. But there's so much more that's going on within that family. And then there was a lawsuit between Robert Sr. and Mark and Rosalinda. Okay. Rosalinda opened up, you remember Mama had Southern Baptist. Oh God. Hold on a second. Hold on. Get my notes. Hold on. I got to get my notes here. So they opened a restaurant called Mama's Southern Plantation. Mama's restaurant was called Southern Plantation. Rozzy and Mark opened a restaurant after Mama died, banking on Mama's name. And the restaurant was called Mama's Southern Plantation. Robert hit them with a lawsuit, and I do have that too. I need to pull it up. Hit them with a lawsuit, and they had to shut that restaurant down. So I think she was groomed for as cult though. Yes, like how to use religious manipulation to use God to get money out of people. This was learned behavior. Yes, I do think it was. And even though when when Debbie said that she thinks that they were all shysters, when I asked that question, they kind of like got upset when it came to Mama because they said Mama was really there to help people, is what they were telling me. And did she make money? Yes, but not as much money as people think she's made. All of that started after mama died, and they started pressuring that congregation for more and more donations. When I told you that that money that was raised when mama was alive for that other church, and then once mama died, Robert pocketed that money. That's Mary's BMW and all that other stuff. All of that is documented. All of that is documented. So I'm going to keep going with this Mary Cosby stuff because it runs deep. Right now, Mark was tracked to uh, New York. They haven't picked him up. They don't know. They just know he went to New York. And the question was, hold on, let me tell you what the question was. The question was sent to someone. Uh, Utah did not get him, so they let him go, but his warrants is still active, but they need to catch him in Utah because they are not extraditing him. And then the question was, did they drop the case? The answer is no. So the warrant is out of Utah, and Utah will not extradite him. So, hi, Rainbow. That's why he ran. That's why he ran. Mark is Mary Cosby's stepfather, the one that was on the docu-series with her mother. And after the docu-series, he dumped her in a nursing home. Remember I told you she didn't look healthy at all. She did not look healthy. He dumped that woman in a nursing home. No one knew where she was for months, and they had to track her down. Yes, that one. So Mark was on the docu-series. He is the, let me show you guys again for the ones that are just coming in. This is Mark's warrant. He realized he had a warrant after that docu-series. Let me take this down. This is Mark's warrant for aggravated sexual abuse of a child. Okay? That's his warrant. Now, his brother, Manny, is sitting in prison right now. Here it is right here. The case concerns the trial of Manuel Casares for sexual offenses committed against his daughter beginning when she was 13 years old. The state sought to admit testimony from A.W. Casares' former stepdaughter that Casares had forced her to rub lotion on his genitals 20 years prior when she was 6 years old. So they're trying to adjust it to include the fact that this didn't start when she was 13. Well, no, hers was 13. The stepdaughter, now his daughter, was 13. The stepdaughter, I'm sorry, I had to get this how it was explained to me, is also coming to bring charges against them for sexual abuse. And Cooch, I'm telling you, we were talking about Mary's son, Debbie and I, and then I was talking about Mary's son with his relatives. This young man is in jail. Okay. Uh, the mother nor the father has gone to see him. Has gone to see him. Okay, what are we checking out? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Oh, Cooch, you have to watch it. Yes, but I need to go back and watch Sherelle's video. Oh my God, woman, where have you been? How are you? How are you? So he told me to go back and look at Sherelle's from a few years back. He said it's still up, and he told me to go back and look at it. Yes, Mary was at BravoCon, but the son he pleaded guilty. This is the second time he's been arrested for stalking and harassing. This time it went to kidnapping. You remember that young white girl that was there with him, with his wife? They got married and now they're no longer together. He went over to his in-laws' home and caused the ruckus over there, and they called the police on him. So he was high again. Hold on a second. Let me get this up here. But the dad nor the mom has went to visit. There is a pastor that's on the that's there. But as of then, no one has went to see that young man. No one has went to see him. And I said when we were talking, I said to me, um, Mary is more like her mother. She has no maternal instincts. He's just there as dressing. That's what it is. He's there as window dressing. But you remember back in 2021, her son was arrested for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. That young girl was living at that home with Mary, Robert, and Robert Jr. Okay, so he pleaded guilty in 2025 for assault and trespassing. Okay, and that was against, and they're not divorced yet. I said that they were divorced. I was told to correct that. They are not divorced yet. Okay, they're not divorced yet. So he did take a guilty plea in December, and he is in jail. Sorry, last comment, but his wife and family comment. Also, when the son was in, yes. What subreddit on Real House? I haven't seen that. Yes, she has a restraining order. Her father has a restraining order as well. He, how do I put this? He never really went to live with his dad. He was in and out, uh, not rehab. He was in and out. Um, Mary brought that young man on that show to take um the heat off of her about her church being called a cult, her financial mishandlings. And one of the people used to do the books for that church. Okay, yes, I'm on IG. And one of the people used to do the books for the church. When you saw the scene at the church where Robert Sr. pushed the other guy, when he pushed, oh, it was Dan. Okay. Um, it was a lot of, well, three of them was trying to get Mary and Robert to come clean about the affairs and about the money. Um, Dan said that he had been out that night gambling, and he decided, he wanted to see his family. The only way to see them at the time, because the church had basically split them up, was to go by the church. When he walked in, when Robert said, people come forward, he went forward. And that's when Robert pushed him and told him to get out. And he said he couldn't believe he did that. So I have talked to Dan as well. He said he couldn't believe he did that because he's always looked at him as a grandfather. I also found out how he got the last name Cosby. Because his original last name, well, I'm not going to tell you that, but his dad is white. And when he went into the military, he had called mama and asked mama, can they make it legal, since he's always went by the last name Cosby as well. So that's how Dan got his name. Mama adopted him. Well, changed his name legally to Cosby. So I've spoken to Dan. I've spoken to three other people, but two of them were at the house at that time. So, but he has a lot to say as well. Yes, he was used as a ploy, allegedly, but it's actually written in Mary's contract that her church is not supposed to be brought up in any kind of scandalous way, nor can her marriage to Robert Sr. be brought up. So the question was brought to me, asking me, since all of these other housewives seem to have marital issues on the show, and their their marriages seems to unfold on the show, could Mary be using this as a tool to bring up the fact that she and Robert are separated? He said, but in the Pentecostal church, they don't believe in a divorce. And I said, that'll be weird since he's not allowed to be brought up on the show. He wants nothing to do with the show. And that was confirmed. Robert didn't want anything to do with the show because it would have brought light to what was going on at that church. That's why he wanted nothing to do with the show. Because as you see, we're starting to hear all kinds of stuff about that church. So that's about that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Have you guys heard about the Will Smith stuff? Again, we heard where supposedly the actor from Empire, what's his name? Bazan, I forgot his name, ran out the house naked because of what was being done to him by Will and Diddy. Okay. Allegedly. Allegedly. But something happened to that young man. Now there's another lawsuit. Well, not lawsuit, allegations against Will Smith. Just like all of these allegations now are coming up about Tyler Perry. And we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. We were hearing all these things about Diddy, been hearing all these things about Diddy. Everybody knew all these things about Diddy, but nothing was ever done. Now we started hearing about Tyler Perry after all of these Diddy lawsuits. Okay. Now Will Smith is thrown back into the fire again because we were hearing stuff about this before. But let's listen to this.
Will Smith claiming retaliation after he alleges that he was fired for reporting sexual harassment while on tour with Smith. Brian King Joseph filed the lawsuit in California earlier this week, accusing Smith of deliberately grooming him for sexual exploitation. Joseph says the two began spending time alone together during Smith's tour, and he says Smith allegedly told him that they had a, quote, special connection. It also details an alleged traumatic series of events, that's a quote, including Joseph finding that someone had allegedly entered his hotel room while he was not there. After reporting the incident to police, he alleges a representative for Smith accused him of lying and fired him. Smith denies these allegations.
There's
NBC
a
News
lawsuit.
correspondent Liz Kreutz joins us now. Liz, this is all new. What else?
Hi, Doom. Tyler Perry has been sued not once but twice. Once by Derek Dixon, and the other one, what's his name? Derek Dixon, and then what's the other guy's name, guys? Mario Rodriguez. Mario Rodriguez for sexual harassment. Okay, so now Will Smith is actually facing a lawsuit. It's not just allegations. That lawsuit was filed, and I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. The lawsuit was filed last week. Last week.
Are we learning about these allegations, including the alleged intrusion?
Yeah, Kate, so according to the complaint, this all happened in March of last year while the violinist was on tour with Will Smith for Smith's global tour for his latest album based on a true story. And according to the complaint, there was this intrusion at his Las Vegas hotel room. He came back to his hotel, he says, and found that there was no forced entry. But
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go back and look at this guy again. Okay. Of all the men or women that Will Smith can get, you're telling me this is what he wanted? He's gorgeous? I guess he's okay. Okay.
and found that there was no forced entry, but that someone had entered the room and left a number of items
He looks
there.
better
And
there.
according to the complaint, there was a letter, the handwritten letter that was written that said, "Brian, I'll be back, just us," with
he said in one interview that it was Will that had entered his hotel room. Well, he is prettier than Jada, but Jada is being sued because she threatened to case somebody. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Ron Hart, and it was signed by someone who identified as Stone F. There were also wipes, a beer bottle, a red backpack, a bottle of HIV medication with another person's name on it.
Okay, let's go back.
A bottle of HIV
medication.
Ron Hart, and it was signed by someone who identified as Stone F. There were also wipes, a beer bottle, a red backpack, a bottle of HIV medication with another person's name on it, an earring, and hospital discharge paperwork belonging to a person that was unknown to the defendant. So the defendant, his name is Brian King Joseph. He then reported this to police, the hotel staff, and he also said he reported it to Smith's management team. But he claims that he was then shamed by Will Smith's management team, accused of lying. And he says he was then fired. And then shortly after he was fired, they said they were going in a different direction, but then they ended up hiring another violinist. So he is now suing for, among other things, emotional distress and economic loss. Kate.
And Liz, how are Smith and his attorney responding?
Well, they're adamantly denying all of these claims.
Of course they are.
Smith's attorney has released a statement. We can read it here. It says, "Mr. Joseph's allegations concerning my client are false, baseless, and reckless. They are categorically denied, and we will use all legal means available to address these claims and to assure that the truth is brought to light."
Now, let's just think about this. Will Smith has had numerous affairs, and every single one of these women he's had affairs with, they sign a what? A non-disclosure, NDA. If they break it, they will be paying him. You remember that young white chick he was on in that movie with? They were together for a year after that while Jada was having her entanglements, okay? Will and Jada has always had as they say, an open marriage. Hi, Ann. Okay, always had, but they didn't say nothing but baby oil. Will Smith has all of entanglements. Okay, it was an entanglement when when Jada said that Will said, "Jada, entanglement." I was like, he reminded me so much of my son when he said that. But it was no baby oil involved. It was just So I am truly surprised that this is actually I want to see if this case is dismissed. So he said that they said they were going in another direction, but they hired another violinist because he complained to Will Smith's management team about someone intruding in his hotel room. But in one interview, he said he got back to his hotel and Will Smith was in his room. But that's not what the court documents are saying. Hi, Lisa. How are you? So again, we have an entanglement. And Savage thought that was a woman. Let's go back to hear what was in that room again, because Savage got me thinking.
Just us with Ron Hart, and it was signed by someone who identified as Stone F. There were also wipes, a beer bottle, a red backpack, a bottle of HIV medication with another person's name on it, an earring, and hospital discharge paperwork belonging to a person that was unknown to the defendant. So the defendant, his name is Brian King Joseph. He then reported this to police, the hotel staff, and he also said he reported it to Smith's management team. But he claims that he was then shamed by Will Smith's management team, accused of lying, and he says he was then fired. And
Stone F, why are you saying that's Will? So you're suing this man for sexual harassment, but you're saying someone else signed the note. You're pissed off because they went with another violinist. That's not sexual harassment. You have no proof that Will sexually harassed you. No proof. that Will sexually harassed you. But the rumor was that Will was having a little tete-a-tete with what's his name that was married to Tisha Arnold? What's his name again? I forgot. Hold on a second. Let me see what Tisha Arnold's husband was, because he had loaned him that money to get that house. And then when they were going through, well, to get the house out of Tisha Campbell, to get the house out of foreclosure. Then when Dwayne Martin, when their marriage broke up, hi Shyla, Will Smith wanted his money back or the property. So Tisha started saying that Dwayne and Will had been having an affair, just like what's her face? Oh my God. Said that Dwayne was having an affair with her husband. Uh, what was his name? The prime minister. All this shit was crazy to me. All of it was crazy. But you say Dwayne Martin broke up her marriage, is what, oh my God, y'all know her name. I've met her. So Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray. I met Lisa Ray way back when she did Players was it Players Club. I used to work with her cousin and she came up to work. Lisa Ray said that Dwayne Martin slept with her husband. She also claimed that Will Smith paid Dwayne Martin for sex by getting him that house. I'm just done. I'm just done. I'm like, are we serious here? But TMZ actually put out the lawsuit. I tried to pull it. I couldn't pull it. Um, so I'm gonna go on X to see can I find it, because you can find everything on X. Just like Tyler Perry's lawsuit right now, that is on X. Okay, Derek Dixon's lawsuit is on X. I do have that one. It's on X, but I had already pulled it. So, but I saw that when I went to look again. I'm gonna look one more time for Will Smith's lawsuit. But this is Derek Dixon versus Tyler Perry. Okay. This lawsuit is something else. Um, so he's saying that he has sustained a pattern of workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry, a powerful media mogul. I'm just like, wait a minute. Now, this is the same guy that had sent text messages to Tyler, asking Tyler if he could loan him some money for some dental work. Okay. I'm telling you, these lawsuits, you can sue anybody. You can sue anybody. Okay. He said that, let me go back here. Let's see. Mr. Perry took his success in power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a cohesive sexual exploitative dynamic with Mr. Dixon. Boy, these lawyers, initially promising him career advancement and creative opportunities, such as producing. That sounds like Lil Rod and Diddy, when he kept, you're gonna do this, but he never paid Lil Rod his money, such as producing his pilot and casting him in his show, only to subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on the Tyler Perry show, The Oval, and while Mr. Perry held direct control over his employment, compensation, and creative opportunities. He said, rather than using his influence responsibly, Tyler Perry has engaged in a pattern of misconduct where he exploited his position of power. This sounds like the same lawsuit that Mario Rodriguez. Well, this sounds like I wonder if they're using the same lawyer. Okay, Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to molest, abuse, and sexually assault impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who looked to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams. Just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby. Oh, speaking of Bill Cosby, Robert Cosby also drugged and ordered. Let me tell you what her name is. I wrote it down. He drugged and what's her name? Oh my God. I'm gonna have to find it. I wrote it down. I was taking so many notes, but he drugged and ordered a woman too. Just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Kevin Spacey, Roger Ailes, and many others in the industry, Mr. Perry's success has led him to believe that money and influence can get him whatever he wants. That belief slowly transformed into the false idea that Mr. Perry can get whomever he wants. These are things in life that money cannot buy. Oh yeah, Kat and Monique has talked about this. Monique has talked about Oprah, about Tyler, about Diddy. She's talked about Kevin Hart. I do believe that Kevin Hart got on his knees. Okay, as Cat Williams said, he offered me 100,000. I said, "Fuck no." How much did he offer you? Cat Williams be speaking the truth. Okay, so oh my God, Kevin Spacey is now broke. I forgot what's his name now is broke too and asking for help to pay his mortgage. What's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name. These I'm telling you, this reads like a soap opera. Mr. Perry sought that one thing his wealth and influence could not purchase: a sexual relationship with a man who would remain silent. Perry told Mr. Dixon that his ideal relationship would involve a male sexual partner who he could provide for and who would be loyal but emotionally detached. Perry told Dixon, "Whoever ends up with me is going to be a happy motherfucker." In essence, Mr. Perry desired a one-sided cohesive dynamic with a subordinate, with a subordinate, and an arrangement devoid of mutual consent and emotional reciprocity. Thus began Perry's calculated pursuit of Mr. Dixon. So Tyler Perry wanted to take care of your ass, not want you to have any type of emotional attachment to him. He just wanted you to be his fuck toy. Basically, is what he's saying. Tyler Perry wanted him to be a fuck toy. Okay? He said no. Mr. Perry killed off his character. Wait a minute. Hear the messages. But I swear to you, I know how to fix shit. I love killing a motherfucker in a show that no one suspects. You could be sipping Mai Tais counting coconuts right now. Think about the last episode. These are top. They all still shot at. We don't know who lives exactly. I'm scared. They should be me. They should be me too. Nope, they're not. Last I checked, we all get the same bullets in us. So he's talking to Tyler Perry. Why did that photo make me jealous? You two together. Ha ha. I don't know. It's just Brad, LOL. LOL. He just wanted to go for a quick walk to get his steps in. And now I'm walking to Chipotle by myself. LOL. Think, Derek, get that Chipotle. This is Tyler Perry, guys. Oh, you sent a video? Okay. Okay. So what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of car. Geo Metro. Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. That's so cool. Where you came from. Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. This is Tyler Perry, guys. This is Tyler Perry. Oh my God. Treat myself right. What are you doing? Derek, just talking to my sister. I roll fine. Good night. I'll go through the 600 people in my phone book and be annoyed that I don't want to talk to any of them. Trying to get off so I can go to sleep. LOL. So you see, there are conversations, right? I understand. LOL. LOL. Apparently, you're not the only one that's been drinking tonight. I just started. They didn't. LOL. So he was tiptoeing around Tyler Perry's sexual advances. Okay. Okay. Savage sent me a video. God damn it. I won't be able to play. Hold on. Okay. I won't be able. It's on my phone. Hold on a second. So this is what. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna have to download that and play it. Okay. So he said once Perry recognized the extent of the control he had over Mr. Dixon, he escalated this behavior. On multiple occasions, Mr. Perry sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Dixon. Mr. Dixon told the drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hands, but Mr. Perry held tightly onto Dixon's wrists. But I thought he was grabbing your butt. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject. Do we believe this? He's an actor. He's an actor. The day after the assault, Mr. Perry called and texted Mr. Dixon, relentlessly saying, tried you, call me. I really need to talk to you. Please call as soon as you can. Finally, when Mr. Dixon answered Tyler Perry's call, Mr. Perry profusely apologized for the sexual assault while blaming it on other things. Perry continued, he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. On the very same call where he apologized for the sexual assault against Dixon, Miss Perry told Dixon, and don't worry, we're going to do your show, referring to the pilot that Mr. Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. Ooh. Shortly after that, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's lawyer saying that Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise and the show was greenlit. Perry's attorney explicitly warned Dixon not to tell any other actor on the show about Dixon's raise because no other actors were getting a raise, only Dixon. Wonder why Dixon got that raise. Wonder why he got that raise. Okay. Perry kept telling Dixon that he was sorry and that the harassment would not happen again. However, The harassment and assaults continued. Mr. Perry would also try to deflect the blame for the sexual assault by saying that Dixon didn't have a strong enough no. So, nice. Santa Monica is nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? Is it stronger? You got to have a strong no. Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that, and it's real. Well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear. What? I'd only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Joking, joking. I hear you. Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison. So just stick to the no unless you're really into him. They're talking about Diddy. I'm done. Hi, Wicked Wisdom. Hi, Aesops. I'm telling y'all, oh my God, this lawsuit is everything. I swear, whoever, I have to find out if Mario Rodriguez is using the same lawyer that Derek Dixon is using. I'm just like, he said, whoever, the one who could have got you that Oscar is in prison with a wink. Look, with the wink and a smile. What the fuck? Tyler, don't you know but putting things in writing, Tyler? Don't you know about putting things in writing? You gave this man a raise to keep his mouth shut. Okay. Okay. So we're going to be doing more of this. We're going to be doing more of these deep dives. I got to pull up. You tell me what I cannot can or cannot discuss. If I want to discuss the drama on YouTube, I would discuss the drama on YouTube. You do not run my channel. You need to take a fucking seat somewhere because no one cares what you have to say. Oh my God. So this is between Tyler Perry. This lawsuit is between Tyler Perry and Derek Dixon. Okay. And now Mario Rodriguez has put a lawsuit on him as well. Will Smith now has a lawsuit against him with his ex-violinist. Okay. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is the guy that a GoFundMe has been set up for because he cannot, to keep him from losing his home. Okay. And what's the other one that just pleaded guilty to sexual assault? And I don't mean Kevin Spacey has lost everything, but the other guy too, the older guy, oh, I can't remember his name. He pleaded guilty to sexual assault too. He's like in his 70s. But anyway, these lawsuits keep coming. I keep loving it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But this lawsuit right now has me tickled pink. I'm going to pull up Mario Rodriguez's lawsuit when I come back, and I'm going to read that because I need to take a note. Well, I keep this one up because I wanted to compare the wording. Okay. I wanted to compare the wording. Jonathan. Okay. So again, Diddy went to court in December on the 10th. And you know what? I haven't did the update on that one yet because he has an appeal for his conviction and they're looking at going to, I think it's March, but his appeal hearing with the groundwork, with laying the groundwork and the foundation, everything was December 10th. So I definitely have to get caught up on that. I've just been, I've not been into it. I just really haven't been into it. And if anybody didn't watch E11's live yesterday, I think E11 and Rainbow um did a really, really good job on that. Really good job. Really good job on the live they did yesterday. What else is there? What else is there? I'm trying to remember. It was something else I wanted to discuss. Oh, the Uvalde school massacre trial too. That trial has started. I think today the trial starts today. It's on court TV. But it was something else that I wanted to bring up, and I just completely forgot about it. But anyway, um, I'm gonna go. He denounced the GoFundMe, claiming it's in Mickey Rourke did, so he's gonna lose his home. Oh, Russell Brand. Russell Brand. That's who it was. Russell Brand has now been charged. Oh, hold on a second. Let me find it because I put it in my folder, in my Google folder. Okay. I put it in my Google folder. I'm not, I'm not, hold on. I got to go find it. It's under his name. Um, he was charged in December with two counts of rape and of grape and assault. Russell Brand was charged December 23rd with two counts of grape and assault. Okay. So I need to see, can I pull that too? Because that's taken place in Westminster's Magistrates Court. And I don't know if I can pull that or not. But, and then he faces two other charges in January 2026. So he's got two other charges he's been charged with. He goes to the courts in January in 2026 to answer two other charges. So in that article, they said that the detectives began to investigate Russell Brand in 2023. Okay. The two new charges they're talking about, they said took place in 2009 with two different women. So Russell Brand has officially been charged. So wanted to bring that up as well. I follow Russell Brand on Rumble, and he has like thousands of people in his chat. He's a member because YouTube kicked him when all of those allegations first came out. So now he's on Rumble. Okay, so he has been officially charged. Okay, I have some other stuff that I have written down, but we're gonna have to talk about that because I need to pull that court document as well. So I would definitely be back. Um, Debbie and I will be live sometime this week, or probably Saturday morning. But we would definitely. I'm going to download this thing that Savage sent me for Monique, and I think that's it. I think. Oh, and Ann did a great live yesterday as well. Savage says she's probably going to go live tomorrow. So let's look out for Savage's live tomorrow. If you want to watch the vote, thank you, Savage. Thank you. Check the Guardian website, Heidi. Okay, I will, Chantel. He's renting the place, so he doesn't own it. Who's renting it? Wait a minute. Who's renting the place? You talking about Russell Brand? Is he renting it? Wicked is so nice to see you. Yes, it's on Court TV. And Court TV is on YouTube. Hold on, let me get it. I'm going to drop the link for you. Hold on. Hold on. Let me drop the link. But Savage just did it. But I'll drop it again for you. Okay. That's the link. What do I hear? Oh, that's what I hear. Okay, so that's the link to watch it. What else is there? You don't have to. Just wanted you to see how good she. Yeah, Monique looks good. She just did another interview too. Savage says she's probably going to do a live tomorrow. I can't wait for it. I really, really can't. Jody, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see Aesop's. I'm glad you caught me. I just noticed in Wicked. Um, our Welcome to Platteville is going to be back. Welcome to Platteville is going to be back. But for all of those that weren't here before, let me just replay this thing with Will Smith real quick so you guys can see it for yourselves. And that way, hold on a second. Let me go back. Oh, Perez Hilton, too. Hold on, hold on. Perez done dyed his hair. Jesus Christ, Perez. Perez has dyed his hair. This is about Jada. He's talking about Jada here too. So, and they're both predator. Well, I'm not going to say Will's a predator. I'm never going to say Will's a predator at all. Jada, yes, she has entanglements. Okay, not Will. He just has affairs, and you have to sign NDAs.
About Will Smith and his wife and their relationship, but also
Perez.
about his proclivities for decades. And this new lawsuit is not going to help quiet them down. Hello, my friend. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and a recently fired employee of Will Smith is making some damning allegations against him, accusing Will of SH and retaliation for complaining about that alleged SH. That's the short of it. Now let's get into the details. Musician Brian King Joseph names Smith and his management as defendants in a newly filed lawsuit, accusing him of predatory behavior and deliberately grooming and priming Mr. Joseph for further sexual exploitation. All of this allegedly happened on his 2025 tour. The lawsuit alleges that Smith hired this male violinist in November of 2024 to perform at a show in San Diego and was subsequently invited to join the tour in 2025 and also play on Smith's album. As their relationship grew closer, Smith told Joseph that, quote, "You and I have such a special connection that I don't have with anyone else," among other similar expressions, the lawsuit alleges. Joseph, who'd previously competed on America's Got Talent, joined the first leg of Will Smith's tour in March of 2025.
Now, Perez is not, he's gained so much weight, but I like when he's on TikTok, he shows his family. I don't know. I guess it's his sister or not his mother. I know I've seen his sister, his nieces and nephews. Perez is not a small person.
For a show in Las Vegas, where hotel rooms had been booked for the band and crew members. The lawsuit claims that his bag, which contained his hotel room key, went missing for several hours before management found and returned it to him, and that members of management were the only individuals with access to his room. Okay, what is this leading to? Later that night, Joseph returned to find that someone had unlawfully entered the room and left behind belongings, including wipes.
Now, wipes. They didn't say baby oil, Savage, so I'm listening really closely again, okay?
bottle of HIV medication with another individual's name and a note that read, "Brian, I'll be back no later, 5:30. Just us, heart,
How was that Will?
stone F," which Joseph interpreted as a warning that an unknown individual would soon return to his room to engage in sexual acts with him.
Oh my God. I watched Gypsy Rose and I thought about covering her a while back, but I really want to strangle that woman. I want to strangle her. I think she used both of those men. I feel sorry for that child. She is trash, pure trash. Sorry.
He notified hotel security and Smith's representatives and reported the incident to a non-emergency police line. He claims that just days later, a member of the management team shamed him for the incident and told him he was being terminated, suggesting that Joseph made the whole thing up.
He did not.
The lawsuit claims that due to the termination, Joseph suffered from PTSD and economic loss.
See, I thought, okay, I'm glad you said that, Wicked. I'm glad you said that. Because I've always been under the impression that he was gay. Now, I did see the little boy. I saw two boys and a girl. And there was a woman there as well. And I thought it was his sister. But it's like the other guy that's on that plays Michael Jackson on TikTok. He's got a son, a stepdaughter, and a girlfriend. I don't know if Perez is gay or not. I have no idea. But I was taking it to be his nieces and nephews. Well, his nephews and niece. And I took the woman as a sister or a cousin. But when he goes live again on TikTok, I'm damn sure going to ask him. I can look it up too. But I'm going to ask him.
He is suing for retaliation,
he does
wrongful termination, and SH, and is asking that damages be determined by a jury. As of the time that I am making this video, Will Smith has not commented on this lawsuit against...
But he's already commented, see? His lawyer commented already, Perez. You're behind now. Come on, get it together. I love Perez.
But... the timing of this latest lawsuit is not good. It comes just...
Okay, one of those little girls look like a boy. Unless it just had a hat on the head. But it was two girls and one boy, or two boys and one girl. They were all on this TikTok and this woman. But I ain't asking that man that because everybody always said he was gay. I don't care if he's gay or not. But whenever he's live on TikTok, you hear the kids, you hear the woman, and three of them came up to the screen one time.
Weeks after Will's still wife, Jada, got sued herself for some unsavoriness. Jada is being sued for $3 million in a complaint filed last month in December after Will's still wife, Jada, got sued herself for some unsavoriness.
She's trying to kill somebody.
Jada is being sued for $3 million in a complaint filed last month in December by a former associate who claims she physically threatened him.
So this is Will's old assistant. Oh, he is gay. Okay, this is his ex-personal assistant. Not hers, Will's, that she threatened to Kay if he speaks on her or her husband.
And this is not that long ago. The alleged physical threat was in 2021. Bilal Salam, aka Brother Bilal, described himself as a best friend of Will Smith's for nearly 40 years. And allegedly worked...
I swore I thought they were nieces and nephews. I really did. I didn't even know that Perez did surrogacy. I had no idea. I just followed him from the stuff that he covered. I remember when people, especially when he was going after Paris Hilton, I remember that clearly. I mean, he basically stalked her.
Closely with Smith on several professional and personal projects, pointing out that Smith included photos of Salam in his memoir, Will. Salam alleges that Jada confronted him in the lobby of the Regency Calabasas Commons on September 25th, 2021, while he was attending a private birthday celebration for Will. The suit alleges that Jada was accompanied by approximately 7 members of her entourage during the confrontation. Salam's complaint claims that Jada then became verbally aggressive.
Okay, I told you I heard the woman in the background. So that is his sister, who I thought that's who that was, and I thought those were her kids. Thank you. Thank you. But I know the woman I heard didn't sound like she was old enough to be his mother. And this was like maybe 3 weeks ago. But yeah, thank you for that.
And threatened plaintiff by stating that if he continued telling her personal business, he would end up missing or catch a bullet.
Did you hear that, right? This is what Jada said.
And threatened plaintiff by stating that if he continued telling her personal business, he would end up missing or catch a bullet.
Now, what if that man would have caught a bullet or ended up missing? Well, we blame Jada for that. Because you know she still loves Tupac. She's still in love with Mr. Tupac. Shala, it is snowing, girl. It is snowing. Jada, her mother looks great, too.
I didn't know Jada got down like that.
Jada don't, but his Philly friends does. Jada does, too, because she's a hood rat. But Will's Philly friends does.
If this is true.
Oh, it's true. She said it.
This guy also alleges that Jada demanded that he sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, or else, according to the law.
You hear that? Or else. Now, if that's Will's personal assistant, Will's assistant has an NDA. She's threatening Will's employee, not hers. So I guess he has an NDA with Will, but not with her.
Lawsuit.
Oh, it's snowing.
After the alleged incident, Pinkett Smith's team followed Salam to his car while continuing to issue verbal threats, the complaint claims. 6 months later, in late March of 2022,
Salam actually went on what's her name? Tasha K's last year. He was on Tasha K's last year. And then Kevin Hart's assistant went on Tasha K's last year. Oh, and we have to talk about Stephon Diggs and his brother too, digging all these women out, getting them pregnant. The same time Cardi B was pregnant, this other woman was pregnant, and now he's accused of sexually assaulting his personal chef. We're going to get into all of that. I got so much news.
Claims he refused a request from a mutual friend to assist with crisis management following the Academy Awards and Slapgate. Quote, plaintiff refused to perform tasks he believed were illegal, unethical, or morally compromising, stating his conscience would not allow him to be involved in any cover-up or deceptive PR campaign. Salam claims that after he refused, he soon began getting threats from Smith and Pinkett Smith's circle, and
Allegedly.
was the target of a
Okay.
retaliatory campaign that was launched
He
against
cracks me up. I'm sorry. Perez cracks me up.
him. He further alleges that he faced more threats after it was discovered. This is the truth. He further alleges that he faced further threats after it was discovered that he was writing a whistleblower memoir
And that's
about
the
his
truth.
time with the Smiths.
So Perez goes into details. Matter of fact, I got to see if he's live on TikTok. But Perez cracks me up. So I'm going to drop this down here for you guys to go and finish listening to Perez. He's on YouTube, which he does his uploads on IG and and um and TikTok, and then he just transfers them. You want a blizzard? Oh my God. Girl, I got everything in here I need. If we get a blizzard, I'm good. But if it doesn't snow too much, I'm still going on my Tuesday evening shenanigans. We're not supposed to get that much accumulation, but it's just going down that hill. But I'll see. But anyway, that's what I was coming for today. We're going to get into Stefan Diggs and his many baby mamas, along with his brother. How many kids does Stefan Diggs have? 5, 6? But we will see. I will be back, and we're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. Again, if you didn't see Ann's live yesterday, or if you didn't see E11's live yesterday, please go check it out. I went to look at Brooke's live that she did the other day, and it wasn't there because I wanted to hear what the hell Brooke was up to. Oh, Brookie. So anyway, oh, is 61 there? I saw him in a horror movie a while back. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys being here, and thank you for spending some time with me today. I appreciate you guys, and we're going to have more on Mary Cosby and her family. We're going to do we're going to do Stefan Diggs. I have some notes on Stefan Diggs, especially with this new one. And I also have the text messages that were shown with him threatening the chef and her fiance or her husband. His brother is just as bad as he is. And just to think, I like Stefan Diggs. Didn't know all of this was going on. I'll be back with the updates on Diddy. I'm writing this down for everything that I have to pull together. Um, and then we're going to do the updates on Diddy. And it depends on what happened in the YouTube streets this week. I might be covering some YouTube drama, but I'm not in the drama and I love it. I just want to talk about it because some of this shit makes no sense. And I'm going to say this too. I was hoping that Brenna would pop her head in the chat. So she said she was disappointed that I said that I didn't care if Jen jumped off a bridge, and she had lost respect for me for saying that. I want to know if she lost any respect for Jen for not only saying the N word again, what she said Nigger while she was speaking on the phone to Terry Time, not knowing she wasn't muted, not in a damn psychosis, drug induced or otherwise. She said it. Point blank, period. So I want to know, did you lose respect for that racist ass bitch that you mod for? That's what I want to know. So everybody have a great day. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you later. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's all I want to cover for right now. I need to finish some other stuff and get some more information. Oh, I did get a response on what Demetrius died of. They said they're not sure, but he had mental issues, but they're going to get the exact cause and let me know. So I will be letting you guys know about that as soon as I get it. Oh, let me get that off my damn face. I'll get that as soon as I get that information. I will let you guys know on that. And I appreciate Oh, it's my cousin's birthday today. I appreciate. Oh, today is my. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow's my granddaughter's birthday. Good God, I'm going crazy. Tomorrow's my granddaughter's birthday, and then the day after that, my son's birthday. My daughter-in-law was January 3rd. My mom is January 4th. I'm telling you, all these birthdays start all over again. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.